Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Hartley.
And I'm Miss McVeigh.
We are here to give a presentation on IB Physics and tell you about the course so that you can decide to take it in your forecasting. So we're here to talk about physics. What is physics? It's the study of motion, matter, energy, and force. We like to say it's math with a reason, and we study all kinds of things in IB Physics. The interactions between particles. We study how rocket ships and airplanes move, how satellites move, and we can even study what's going on inside of stars or nuclear reactors. So it really is the study of pretty much everything, and we do cover pretty much everything in our 2-year course. So why should we study physics? Well, it's the basis of much of our technology. Everything that you've ever used uses physics principles to work. So whether it's a car or a cell phone, it's using some kind of physics that we can describe in the course. It's a fundamental science, so if you know more about physics, you'll know more about what's going on in your other science classes like biology and chemistry. And a lot of our students say that it gives context to their math skills. So it's math with a reason. You're using math in the real world to describe how things do what they do. So when you start taking IB Physics, you'll start to notice the math and science going on all around you in your everyday life. And the bottom line is it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so some requirements for IB Physics, so some prereqs, is that you have to take Algebra 3-4 this year, and you have to have passed it with a C or better, and you're also going to be taking a math course next year, so you have to take a concurrent math course with IB Physics. This is to underline that there are some math skills required in IB Physics. Namely, you should be really comfortable with your algebra skills. Solving them and manipulating algebraic equations is something we do all the time, as well as right triangle trigonometry, so some geometry. Right triangle trig is another one of our fundamental things we use when we talk about vectors. And finally, you should be ready for a challenge. It's a fast-paced course, but that means that we get to do a lot of exciting stuff. And if you're interested in earning college credit, this is also the right move for you. At the end of the course, you have the option to take the IB Physics test for college credit. So I said we study pretty much everything in physics. What do we get to? Well, we get to pretty much everything. You can see highlighted in the blue is the first year, and in the red is the second year. And you can see in the first year, it's pretty much all mechanics. So everything we studied in patterns physics, plus a little extra, and we go into more depth. And we'll also do some things with fields. So gravitational fields, electric and magnetic fields, and current and circuits are all studied in the first year. So just an overview of that. What does the first year look like? If you take it next year, we'll be talking a little bit about measurements and uncertainties at the beginning of the course, and then we jump into mechanics, which is basically just like the stuff you see every day, how it all moves and interacts with each other. So motion, Newton's laws, energy, and momentum. And then we talk about circular motion, fields, and electric circuits.
The second year of the course takes the stuff that we learned in the first year a little bit further. You do have to take the second year of the course to be eligible for the IB exam, but the second year is where we talk about the stuff that isn't typical at high school level. So thermophysics, magnetism, electromagnetic induction, waves, and how it applies to slinkies, water, pendulums, sound, light. And then we apply it to quantum and nuclear physics, astrophysics, and special relativity. And that's where we end up our year, in addition to an IA, which is a final lab assessment that'll be part of your IB grade. So speaking of testing, a lot of people ask, can I take this class as a sophomore? You can, but there are some limitations. If you take the IB physics class, if you start as a sophomore, that means you'll finish the course as a junior. And juniors, when they take the IB test, you're limited to taking the SL test, which will limit the amount of college credit that you'll be eligible for. If you start the course as a junior, then you'll be eligible to take either the SL or the HL test, and so you'll have more options. Okay, the class on your transcript says HL Physics, but the SL is just a subset of the additional higher level topics. So you'll be prepared for either test, no matter what, and you will be required to take both years of the course for either test. So, are you ready to take IB Physics? Should you take IB Physics? The answer is yes, if you're interested in looking at patterns in nature and how objects move and interact. It's yes if you want your math class to have meaning. Yes if you have the prerequisites. It's yes if you want to have an awesome teacher. And it's yes if you're a senior or a junior, who will also be taking biology next year, or a sophomore, who will also be taking chemistry next year. Those are required for those grades. All right, you can come see us if you've got more questions. I'm in room 531.
And I'm in room 527.
All right, thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.